G'day guys, today we're going to be talking all about the brand new Mavic 3 drone from DJI. I've got my, first generation Mavic Air. I mean, it was a great drone, but it's pretty terrible today's standards, right? Now look, you've probably seen a lot of content creators all over YouTube talking about this new drone. In fact, a lot of content creators were even sent this new Mavic 3 by DJI themselves, probably a pre-production unit. But guess what? I'm apparently not big enough at the moment for DJI to actually send me one. It's a bit of a shame, but we're going to be doing something special nonetheless, because we're going to be on their website doing kind of a live demonstration as I scroll down with my wheel. It's kind of an interactive website, and they're basically showing us, bits of this and bits of that. Very interesting information. So look, we're making videos every single day here, guys, and we're on channel 2 as well as channel 1 if you're interested, all right? Come join us. Do the thing. Do the thing. Getting to what we're talking about, of course, which is the brand new Mavic 3. Now, scrolling down, we'll do picture-in-picture. Seeing is believing. So we've got 4/3 CMOS sensor Hasselblad camera. Still scrolling down, we've got 5.1K Apple ProRes codec. Pretty sure. That's awesome. And we've got omnidirectional obstacle sensoring avoidance system. So if I remove my head for a second, you get to see all these individual little areas, right, are basically sensors that determine, hey, you're about to crash into a tree and you're a dumbass drone pilot. Now, to be fair, I crashed this bad boy in a tree, and I made a video about it, but I haven't dropped it yet. I actually made this video 2 years ago. I've still not released it. It's a bit of a personal video. You'll see why when I originally drop it, right? But it'll be on channel 1, right? But anyway, this has got the very bare minimum of sensors. This one has a lot more sensoring, and it should do for the price, which we will get to at the end of this video. All right, it's a little pricey. Let me just be the first to say that. Now, I mean, I don't want to just toot my horn too much, but the thing does look kind of sexy. Like, I'm really digging the look. And the camera, the Hasselblad camera, right? Well, it's obviously 2 cameras in one. We'll get to that in a second. But I mean, it looks chunky. It looks solid. It looks like it was meant to photograph and video things with beautiful quality. I mean, it does look kind of beautiful, doesn't it? So anyway, getting away from the looks for a second, let's focus on what the thing actually does. So capture stunning imagery with a legendary Hasselblad camera and enjoy smooth flight with omnidirectional obstacle sensoring, obstacle avoidance kind of thing, right? Now, every improvement on Mavic 3 sets a higher standard for aerial photography. Fly with Mavic 3 and discover imaging above everything. Now, there's a video that we could watch, but we're not going to because YouTube can be mean sometimes. I don't know why, but this light keeps turning off. We'll turn it back on. It's my Goku Dragon Ball Z light, but it keeps going off for some reason. Now, it just went off again. It just went off again. God damn it. Anyway, 2 cameras, unlimited possibilities, so they say. Look at that thing. God, you could almost put it next to your bed, next to your pillow at night and just sleep with it, couldn't you? I mean, it does look kind of sexy. Yeah. Hasselblad L2D 20C camera. And the light just came back on. I don't know why it does that. And it's gone off again. We're going to not talk about that anymore. That's really annoying. But anyway. So yeah, it's basically a f2.8 lens. And of course, this one, which is a zoomed in lens, is 2.4. Is that right? No, it's an E.24. What exactly does that mean? Well, I don't quite know at the moment, but we will get down to that in a second, right? So, old legend, new chapter. So the iconic Swedish brand Hasselblad designed and built the new lens. We'll just say what it is, the new camera, aerial camera, just for DJI Mavic 3, right? Now, embedding a professional grade 4/3 CMOS sensor in an unbelievably compact space. Now, rigorous Hasselblad standards are applied to both hardware performance and software algorithms, bringing imaging quality to an entirely new level, so they say. So getting to the actual specs, right, we've got 20 megapixel photos. That's all right. That's not bad. We got 12.8 stops of dynamic range. We've got 24mm equivalent focal length. We've got f2.8 to f11 adjustable aperture. All right, and we've got VDAF, which apparently stands for Vision Detection Autofocus Technology. So that's pretty interesting. All right. Now I think that this link clicks to this. The reason I say I think is because if I click on this, it kind of takes me off this website and it takes a while to load. So I've already got these things already loaded, if that makes any sense. But going to the top of this thing, if you guys are interested in any of this information about this new sensor, which is honestly quite a big sensor for a drone, which obviously will be great for low light situations. Not that you're allowed to fly a drone at nighttime in most countries, just saying. But hey, if it's sunset or sunrise and you're just about to do it kind of thing, you're going to be getting less noise in your pictures, less noise in your video, because the image sensor is quite a lot bigger. So yeah, scrolling down, if you see something that you like, please pause it, and we'll continue right now. So, Hasselblad natural color solution, so they say. This was actually a photographed photo with the actual drone, apparently. So the Mavic 3 features the Hasselblad natural color solution, the culmination of decades of photographic experience that delivers vivid, natural colors with the simple press of the shutter. Now, I think this one leads to this one. I think it does. So we're going to scroll down and show you this. Once again, if any of you are interested in reading any of this, then please, I'll just get rid of my face for a second, then please absolutely pause it, and you can read this right now, of course, okay? And that's pretty much that. Getting back to this again. Now, the results that speak. That's interesting. So yeah, we're going to zoom in and show you how good or bad this image looks at nighttime. So we're moving it around, so we can see a bit of noise. I mean, it's not perfect, but that's actually not too bad. I mean, we've just zoomed in, hugely significantly right there. How about over here? How about the corners? We'll go to the very bottom corner, maybe just near the bottom. What the hell is that? I don't know. We're getting a strange siding on the picture. I'm not too sure what that is. You see that? There's like a strange line on the photo. Not too sure what that is. We'll check this side. Does this side have it? We'll zoom out a little. No, it's not on this side. Check the color up there and the picture. It's not too bad. I mean, that's the best we've probably had it in a while, right? For a consumer, drone like this, right? That's actually pretty good. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. So going down, behind the scenes, is this the one? This could be the behind the scenes picture link. So we'll just quickly show you this if you're interested in looking at this, right? Obviously, pause that if you're, wanting to read that. This looks like something out of Mars. Looks like something Elon Musk plans to build on Mars in 10 years. There we go. Anyway, going back to the actual web page. So higher dynamic range allows for natural color transitions between highlights and shadows. So preserving rich visual information with a greater sense of depth. All right. Awesome. Well, we can zoom on this one as well. My birds have been too noisy. We're zooming down on there, and yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Now, I'm not a professional photographer, obviously, but I think that looks all right. A bit blurry, but I mean, you're basically zooming in all that way, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. Behind the scenes. All right. I believe this is this link right here. So once again, if you are interested in reading any of this, then oh god, I can't even show you properly. Then please do, right? There we go. Ooh, pretty mountain. Pretty mountain, everybody. Look at that. Awesome. Wow, wow, wow. I'm yawning. Yow, yow, yow. Wow, wow, wow. Going down. So professional video specifications. All right. So there we go. 5.1K video recording. DCI 4K 120 frames per second. I don't know what DCI means, but anyway, Apple ProRes 422HQ. Now we get 10-bit D-Log. Now 10-bit in video is awesome. Most video cameras these days use 8-bit. And I should have showed you an example, but I haven't got it ready for you. But basically 8-bit is, when it comes to the colors in a picture, instead of the colors being slowly changed from red to blue to green, like instead of there's a nice transition, there's like lines of color, and you can see the lines of the color in most digital cameras these days, right? But 10-bit kind of has a lot more color range in a camera, so there's none of this, you know, really noticeable lines of color. 10-bit is definitely the future of where cameras are going, and the fact that this drone has 10-bit is awesome. 100%. Right? So Mavic 3 not only records aerial videos at high resolutions, but it also captures up to 1 billion colors with 10-bit D-Log color profile. So this delivers more natural gradations of sky coloring with more details retained for greater flexibility in post-production. Gradations? I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Mavic 3 Cine. So Mavic 3 Cine supports Apple ProRes 422HQ encoding. Now with a maximum data rate of up to 3,772 megabytes per second for you people that want to know the exact specifications, all right? That's a little bit over my head, this one, 100%. But it also supports a built-in 1 terabyte SSD, solid state drive, hard drive pretty much, in your drone. So that's awesome. And 10 gigabits per second light-speed data cable to further facilitate professional filming and creation. So, you know, in the past, if you had a drone and you didn't have a memory card installed in it, because these memory cards are, what are they, micro SD? Pretty sure they're called. And they go in my GoPro 9, GoPro 10, and they also go in the drone, right? So sometimes I've got the card in the GoPro, it should have been in the drone, and I'm like, fuck. And now what am I going to do? I've quite literally got no card on my drone. Now, to be fair, I think that this drone, the Mavic Air first generation, did have 8 gigabytes of internal space, and I think I have utilized that once or twice. But I mean, it honestly runs out pretty quick. But you know, when you're getting a terabyte of space in your drone outright without a card in it, I mean, that's obviously awesome. I'm just hoping that it doesn't add excess weight. Well, I mean, it obviously would add excess weight, but how much? Obviously, the less weight added inside of this drone, the better, because then it's going to last longer in the sky, right? Interesting food for thought, though, nonetheless. So scrolling down. Now, the Tele Camera. So this Tele Camera has 28 times hybrid zoom, 162 millimeter f4.4 aperture. All right, now explore mode. So activate explore mode to unlock Mavic 3's second camera, a unique tele camera that lets you effortlessly scout and plan your shots. So we've got a couple of climbers on the rocks kind of thing. So when scenes or subjects are far away, use the tele camera to zoom in and save time, or record from a distance without disturbing the subject. So, I mean, it's awesome to have a tele zoom lens on your device, right? Obviously, with iPhones these days, when we've got 3 cameras, all right. One's the ultra wide, one's the zoom, and one's the normal, right? And yeah, so this has obviously got ultra wide and ultra zoom kind of thing. Awesome, awesome. I'm really loving that. So enhanced safety, omnidirectional obstacle sensing. So Mavic 3 helps you enjoy collision-free flight, so you can focus on getting the best shots possible. All right. Multiple wide-angle vision sensors work seamlessly with a high-performance vision computing engine to sense obstacles in all directions precisely, and of course, plan a safe flight route that avoids them when, of course, you need to get back to home very quickly, right? That's great. The more safety features inbuilt in this thing, the less likely your thing is, your drone is going to be crashing, and then you may never get it again, or of course it needs a fix, okay? That's great. Now, by scrolling my mouse up and down, we can see this kind of thing popping up. So that's really cool. There we go. So advanced return to home. So always end on a high note with advanced return to home. So this updated auto return function, can you guys actually see it? There we go. Enables Mavic 3 to automatically determine the optimal route back to its home point and execute it quickly. Get it done now kind of thing, right? Whether activated by the user or triggered by signal loss, Mavic 3 can easily return to home point safely in adequate lighting conditions. So it just goes to show, at the moment, the sensing capabilities on these drones only works within a given range of light from, you know, the sun, or if it depends how big the stadium lights are, I guess. I think in the future, when it comes to drone technology, when it comes to sensor of, you know, avoidance systems, I think we'll be using radar systems. It's the kind of stuff that US military uses, radar. Or it could be, of course, said that they use sonar. Basically, little sound waves that bounce off objects and come back to the ears of the bat, or of course the ears of the listening drone kind of thing, the sensor listening to the thing. I think this will be a future thing that will be done at some point. Who knows when, but it's something to think about. All right, so don't just fly, enjoy, they say. So APAS 5.0 is an obstacle avoidance system. I don't know what APAS stands for, but anyway, Mavic 3 makes flight more fun than ever while recording that is no longer interrupted by obstacles along the way. Now, when flying, Mavic 3 constantly senses objects in all directions and bypasses them quickly and smoothly. So yeah, we're basically getting the 5th generation of this technology. Now, the first was okay, but it wasn't perfect. The second was okay, but it wasn't perfect. Now, look, you know where I'm going with this, okay? Will the 5th be significantly better than the ones that have come before? We'll have to do tests and see what happens, right? But it's interesting that they're doing better obstacle avoidance. That's great. Enjoy every flight, even in complex environments. It's kind of cool. Record smooth footage even when encountering obstacles. Great. So O3 plus transmission and beyond. So, okay, what are we actually getting? Here are the actual great specs again, right? A different version of specs this time. We're getting 46 minutes extended flight time. We're getting 15-kilometer video transmission range, which in miles, I will check right now. 15 kilometers in miles. It's not speaking, but it's showing me. We're basically getting 9.32 miles of video transmission range, which is not fucking too bad at all. That's awesome. All right. Now we're getting 1080p, 60 frames per second through the live feed on your controller, right? Getting to the controller in a second, because this controller is a 2.0 version. This is a newer controller, right? 4G transmission with the DJI cellular transmission dongle. Extreme precision. Interesting. I'm not going to click on that, but if you guys want to check it out, come to the website, okay? Additional features. So, okay, this is the controller. This controller is not new. Well, it is, but it isn't. We'll get to that in a second. This controller, there was a 1.0 version of this controller. Now, I have an actual... Ooh, where is the old controller? I don't know where it is, but I have the old controller without a screen. I had to put my phone in that controller. And it was a good controller. I'm going to continue speaking, and I'm going to try and find it for you guys right now. And it was a good controller, but I always wanted to get the controller with an actual screen in it, right? And I didn't really have the money to get it. But based on a couple of reviews that I've heard, that this old controller with the screen inbuilt wasn't as good as one of these things. Now, there's a bit of dust on this, don't mind that, but you know, the phone goes in there, right? So apparently the signal was a lot stronger on one of these type of controllers than one of those ones. Now, having said that, like I said, this is the 2.0 controller. This is the newer screen inbuilt controller, where obviously you don't need to connect your phone to it, right? So hopefully the problems that were with that controller, with maybe dropping of range from a certain distance, hopefully that is no longer an issue, right? So Active Track 5.0 and Master Shots. So yeah, we're getting better technology tracking us. Hopefully it's better, right? So flagship worthy accessories. So these are the things you can get with the new drone, right? You can even get ND filters, which is awesome. We can get, there's the cellular transmission dongle that we just talked about. Now this is a wide angle. Hang on, can you see? There we go, that's better. You guys can see a bit better now. This is a wide angle lens. So DJI brought out that new action cam recently. I can't remember the name, but we just did a review on it last week. I don't know what it is, but DJI have just released new product after new product after new product this past few weeks. It's been pretty interesting to talk about it and to read the technology that's come from this company. Obviously a great company, right? So this is what we're talking about, right? The DJI Action 2. Now the DJI Action 2 actually has a bit of a lens attachment situation, kind of like this, where you can attach a lens to the front of the camera and it makes the camera, makes the picture, you know, wider angle than it already is. Well, if you wanted an ultra wide accessory for this drone, well then you absolutely can get it, right? So those are some of the things you can get. But there you go, there's the price. It's $3,099 Australian. Let's see what that is in American, all right? $3,100 Australian in American. So it's around about $2,294, but it probably will be a little bit more, but I don't know the exact cost. So look, what do you guys think about this new drone? Now, this new drone is obviously for professionals, no matter, you know, what kind of professional are you? I mean, there's many different kinds of professionals, right? There's professionals that make money from their video, from their craft, or there's professionals who just like to make, you know, professional travel vlogs. Or of course there are people that just like to get simple little aerial shots, which is fine as well. And if you're one of those people that just like to get, you know, beautiful yet simple aerial shots, then maybe consider getting one of DJI's cheaper range of drones. Potentially get one of these ones, but the newer version, right? The Mavic Air. Is it the second generation or third generation? I don't even know what they're up to anymore, but this is my first generation. Obviously, you're going to want to get the current Mavic Air drone. I do highly suggest this little drone. They're very tiny, very small, and very capable. But obviously, the picture quality isn't going to be as good as something like this one that we've just shown you, right? What do you think about this? All right, guys, we're making videos on this channel every single day, so give us a like, subscribe, if you found it fun and interesting. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at TallBoyGareth. Hope you had fun. I had fun. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.